Hello, this is Kalgoth, and I'm continuing to play Forge Adventure Mode. And what we're doing right now is we're following the main quest. Right now, the main quest is having us kill, or not kill, complete um, three different side quests. And so we're gonna go be fighting some elves. We got to kill 3 elves. And then I'm sure that there's going to be something to follow up on that. So we're definitely going up against a Golgari elf deck. Play our allies Ilkor. And then Green Wheel Liberator. Revolt. If it enters the battle with 2+1, if 2+1/+1 counters, if a permanent and permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn. Okay. Seems all right. So it could be a 4/3 for 2, which is pretty decent. We are just gonna pass. We're not interested in trading. I'm going to play the Exemplar of Light. That'll give me a card draw. We got a Johnny's Pride Mate. I think Fiendish Panda is probably a better play. Next turn. Okay, they played a morph creature. I'm not sure what elf is a morph. I'll play the Fiendish Panda. We'll continue to get us card draw. And then play this land and attack in for 5. So we'll play the Pride Mate. Followed up by the Marauding Bright Priest. We did it that way to get more counters on the Pride Mate. All the Marauding Bright Priest are represented more damage right now. They don't have a Reacher, so we're able to take care of their life total just like that. World Spine Worm, that's fun. Omen Path Journey. This is one of those big scorecards that were in Thunder Junction, I think. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for up to 5 land cards and that have different names, exile them, and then shuffle. At the beginning of your end step, choose a card at random, exiled with it, and put it in the battlefield tap. Okay. Thrasta Tempest Roar. This spell costs 3 less for each other spell cast this turn. Trample over Planeswalkers. Haste. Has hexproof as long as they enter the battlefield this turn. It's just interesting. We can't take a look at this one. And then Elven Riders can't be blocked except for by walls and flying creatures. Can we look at the card? If we go here, edit, and add a sideboard. We're going to remove this. We had to enter this previously. Can we look at it this way? When it enters, look at the top 5 cards from your library and reveal an elf, warrior, or Tybar card and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of the random order. I don't think we necessarily need that for our elf deck. We have ways to just tutor elves. Let's go down and fight this elf that's down here. We are looking for more elf cards. Elf warrior, we haven't fought one of those. To continue to round out our elf deck. Okay, we don't really have Elvish Warmaster. Whenever one or more elves enter the battlefield, create a 1/1 elf warrior creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. And then you can pump elves with it. Wouldn't mind some Elvish War Masters here. We have 2 Strokes to Midnight available to us. We'll be able to play our Fiendish Panda next turn. Elvish Vanguard. Whenever elf comes into play, put a +1/+1 counter on it. I'm going to Stroke to Midnight the Elvish War Master in response, so he doesn't get the elf token. And then we'll play the Panda. Gingerbread Cabin creates a food. So this is a 2/2 for 3 with reach. Whenever you play an elf spell, you may have it deal 2 damage to target creature with flying. Okay. And then that does buff the Elvish Vanguard. I'm going to Marsh Flats. I'm going to thin the deck down, getting our Scrubland. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't cast a Felidar Sovereign yet. So I think we'll just pass turn for now. Another Gingerbread Cabin. Priest of Titania. I will Stroke of Midnight that immediately. We don't need that kind of mana out there. And Leaf Crown Visionary. Yeah. I might be board wiping here. They have 2 cards in hand. This one. So I'm going to attack in, see what they block. No. Destroy all creatures. Destroy all creatures. Well, we'll just do them all. Okay. When this enters, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it into the hand and shuffle. And Well Wisher, gain a life for each elf in play. Here we go. We'll put Rodolph out in there. On a Shaman. Felidar Sovereign. Attack in. Gain some life. And then they're going to gain some life. And we don't have the mana for that, nor anything we care about in the graveyard. Wirewood Herald. When it is put in the graveyard from play, you may search your library for an elf card. If you do, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. Seems okay. It does require dying. Now we're going to go to combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we do attack in. And they're just gaining life. And we don't have the mana for this. Oh, we should play the Healer's Hawk. Okay. And yeah, we don't care about this ability because we have nothing to get back. And we're really close to being able to alternate with Felidar Sovereign. And they are doing that ahead of time. And then we'll play the Healer's Hawk. And then we will just win on our upkeep unless they attack. Gladeheart Cavalry. When it enters the battlefield, support 6. Okay. Okay. Leaf Crown Visionary, good card. Archdruid's Charm, interesting card. Marwyn, the Nurturer, good card. Gingerbread Cabin, also good. Because we play enough forests where this kind of works. So let's look at our deck. Elves, edit, and then we just elf. And then Leaf Crown Visionary, add to main deck. That's 3. What else did we get that we wanted to potentially put in there? Why can't I just not well, yeah, Marwyn. Because Marwyn is a Manadoric that gets bigger when elves enter. Just kind of like looking at the different Stuffy Doll as an elf. I'm just kind of to see where it actually has elf in the it has itself, which has the word elf in it right there. Interesting. So let's see. And then was the Archdruid's Charm, which we can search for a creature or land card, reveal it, put it in the battlefield, tapped if it's a land card, otherwise put it in your hand. Or we can put a +1/+1 counter on it, or put a +1/+1 counter and then it deals its damage. Or we can exile target artifact or enchantment. I think that's better than Bushwhack. And then the Leaf Crown Visionary is probably better than the Dwinnen's Elite. I mean, that's iffy. This creates 2, right? But we want those warriors we saw. We're gonna go life gain. I'm not interested in mirror matches, but I think we might go and play our elf deck a little bit after we're tracking this back. Okay, looking for more elves. But I am looking for a little bit of variety gameplay. Don't want to continue playing the life gain deck. That looks like it's an elf, and this looks like it's an elf that we want to fight because this is another elvish warrior, and that's another elvish warrior. They have cards that we want. Play on 2, play on 4. We'll keep Allosaur Shepherd, good card. Eldamari, Lord of Leaves, also good card. One of the reasons why we don't want to have a mirror match, because this would have been a disaster because it says all elves. And they don't want to attack in, which is good. I'll play the tap land. I will just pass for turn for now. Allosaur's Rider. You may remove 2 green cards from your hand other than pay as cost. Toughness are equal to lands plus equal to 1 plus the number of lands you control. Okay. Swamp. I think we go here and we're gonna start pumping out soldiers. That will chump this 5/5. Okay. So I do want to chump the 5/5, and I want to block there. He had another legend, that's why he was fine. All creatures able to block it must do so. Okay. Okay, so we're going to create another 1/1. And then I think I want the card draw. And we're probably going to lose our Archangel Elspeth, because the Taunting Elf will attack, and then both of our creatures will have to block that. But we will get card draw out of it. Interesting, he didn't do that. I'm going to block with the soldier token. Get card draw. Play the Snarl. Play Sorin. Get another card draw right now. Okay. So we have 2 mana available. I think we return all non-land permanents cards with mana for 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is just the Sunblessed Healer right now. I think we +1 again, crit a blocker, and then attack in for 5. What was that? Clash with an opponent. If you win the clash, those creatures gain 10th touch until end of turn. Okay. And they won the clash. Okay. I don't have anything I can... Elvish Guidance. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for a mana, adds green to our mana pool for each elf in play. Interesting. Interesting enchantment. Chooses not to attack. You don't have reach. Okay. Oh, gingerbread cabins. We probably want to add those in. Whenever it becomes an ability, target a spell ability, create a 1/1 elf warrior creature token, and then you can pump it. Okay, so it's a 2/3 for 2, which I think is that's a good rate. However, becoming a spell, the target of a spell or ability is not going to happen super often. This is something you could build around. And then, okay, I think I do want to go over here and fight this elf that's here. Plains, Johnny Praymate on 2. So I think that's fine. Elves can be really fast, but they are not being fast. Okay, Johnny's Praymate on 2. Steel Leaf Champion. Well, I think I'm going to put this in tapped. No. And I'll put the Soul's Attendant in. And I might be taking 5 here. Yeah. But the Soul's Attendant is a direct counter to a lot of what Elves does. So that's nice. I'm going to put the Archangel in. The Archangel, now that I get the Soul's Attendant, creating the 1/1s also gets me life for the Ajani's Pridemate trigger. And then I can start attacking in. Didn't think about this. I just lose it right away. Galadriel, Gift Giver. Whenever he enters or attacks, choose one. Okay. Mains. We're gonna play Sorin. Then we're gonna +1 here. This means you have to block. And now we're just gaining a ton of life. Yeah, Sorin does survive that. That does come into play tapped. Attacking the 9/9. They did gain Death Touch. Which is kind of annoying. We'll stroke a Midnight, so we get to keep. Yeah. We're fine with this. We're just gonna let that happen. Mirkwood Elk. It's an elk. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, return target elf from your graveyard to your hand. You gain life equals the card's power. That's an interesting. And you got a block. And then you don't really have good successful attacks this time around. So we'll just whittle. You got Trample. It's a 5/5. Is it 8/7? It's 6/6. Shit. I didn't see attacks or block. Oh, I didn't even realize that. You're gonna attack in. You double block. Okay. Wow. Put me at 1. Sacrifice 2 creatures. I'm going to create a 2/2. It does get me some life. I have to keep back as a blocker. I actually might just be dead. Because, let's see, this has Trample. Yeah, I'm just dead. We go there. We're going to go back to town just to reset our life. We are looking for the elf leader. I don't want to fight the angel. Is that the elf leader? I didn't want to fight the angel. Oh, the Maelstrom Angel too. It's the one that rocked us so much, but I think we might be able to deal with it. Play at Marsh Flats, grab our Scrubland, and play Healer's Ox. We have a lot more removal now. We don't have it. I just realized we have a lot of mana in hand. Leyline Binding, that is fine. We're going to continue to attack in. Soul Attendant. What did they do? 4 damage to target creature you don't control. Okay. They're trying to control our board state. Play the Fiendish Panda, which does get buffed right away. And then we might as well hit for 1. Swamp. Create 2/2. And then start doing some damage. We want Soul Attendant back. And that did get us a bunch of card draw because we had the Liliana Dreadhorde General in play. So we will play the Swamp. We will play the High Society Hunter. And we'll talk about this on Blessed Healer next go. Let's create... Gotta remember the trigger. Let's create a 2/2. And attack in for 1. Got Aghatim's Awakening. So we got a 1, a 4, and a 5. Can I make that work? Might be too early to do that. So we're going to go Kicker. And we're going to get the Soul's Attendant back out. And then don't forget to create the 2/2. And we can Ultimate Urt next turn. This is kind of ridiculous. I mean, you've given us a ton of card draw. Planes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is what we want for Aghatim's Awakening to be 5. So 1, 2, 4, 5. And then let's see. They've cast 3 of these. Do they have any more? As for, we can throw... How many do we need to throw away? 2. 2 basic planes. No, I didn't do my +1. Or my -9. 3 damage to target creature. To each creature. That keeps the Fiendish Panda. Okay, so in my hand I got a lot of cards. I play Luris first. And then I play the Soul's Attendant from my graveyard. And then I play Rodolph? No. Johnny's Pride Mate. And in fact, I just need another creature, but I don't have one in hand. I'll play this and then this. Oh, I got my creature right here. Alpha Strike. Got you to 1. And I'm going to throw away planes. Okay, we beat the Maelstrom Angel. We got a Triumph for it, which is nice, and then 3 Leyline Bindings, which is also nice. Okay, let's see. Is this the elf that we're supposed to beat? Golgari Elf? Healer's Hawk on 1. Good enough for me. Why I get to see this? Oh, you're revealing an elf from your hand. Oh, I would love to have that. Plains, Healer's Hawk. I need a swamp. What does this do? Gain 2 life, creatures control get +1 and gain mana still in a turn. It seems okay. Completed Huntsmaster. It's a 2/3 for 3. I can sacrifice another creature or artifact and incubate 3. Okay. There's my black mana. Play land. Yes, pay 3 life. Okay. Another completed Huntmaster. I think I want Elias Ilkor instead. And then attack in the air. They should be afraid to attack in because I got the Death Toucher. This is okay, this is the Glissa that they revealed. Not the Glissa that's like super dangerous. Snarl enters tapped. We'll play the Pearl Medallion for future. And then we'll just attack in for 3. He can attack profitably for 10 damage. Don't like that. Let's undo that. And then I'll keep up my other Stroke of Midnight. Oh. Should have gotten rid of that. I'm just going to take the 2. Not sure what you're trying to do there. Could have a combat trick. Play this as a tap land. Don't have the mana for that. I only have 4, so we'll play that. Okay. And I do just win with the burn there. Alright, Wrath the Assassin, not an elf. Interesting card, not necessarily good. Art is kind of wonky. There's some weird stuff going on with her face. You know, this is the kind of thing where like this is if this card came out today, you'd be like, is this AI art? Because the face is just kind of off and whatnot. But this was, what does it say here? Year 2000. I have a couple copies of this card. Glissa, we saw that. It's decent if you want to build around, but not exactly what we're looking for. Prowess of the Fair. Whenever a non-token elf is put into the graveyard from play, you may put a 1/1 elf warrior token into play. See how that reads? Oh, I can't do that. Anyways, this is interesting because it protects us from like board wipes. Yeah, we want to go back. We didn't grab the elves that we're particularly looking for. Jumpstart, Dominator United. No thanks. Let's go to our elves deck, and then we want to ginger. We want to put all 3 gingerbread cabins in, and take out some forests, because these are all forests, so this counts for the gingerbread cabin. So you basically just get a free food token when you're running mostly just mono green. Okay. Let's go up here and do a quest for one of the cities that has elves, and we are now running our elf deck. I don't want to fight. Okay, you're too fat to get over here. Like, I don't want to fight the giants. Now there's a bird that can just fly over everything. Okay. Here we go. Do you have elves? You do. We have a bunch of money and this is nuts. This is not the elf place. This is the elf place. Elvish Spirit Guide is good. Is not good for what we're doing. This is good for like combo decks. Let's see. We're gonna reroll. And reroll. Elvish War Master. Yes, please. Here's our Ruffalo Landwar Emissary. That's good. Reroll. And then we saw Galadriel in action. No, reroll. We saw the Allosaur Rider in action. Savella is interesting. This is the other Glissa. This is the one that's slightly better, because this one is a very rare combination of First Strike, Death Touch, and when they deal combat damage to the player, you get to do a bunch of stuff. I have a bunch of money. I'm going to take her. I don't think I'm going to put her in the deck, but she is fun. By fun, I mean she is good. Looking for... There's another alchemy card. Elvish Reclaimers for land decks. I'm gonna buy this Wirewood Lodge because you can untap target elf for 1 green. So that like you use your mana dork that taps for a lot of mana, and then you untap them, and then you get to use them again. Elvish War Master. Hell yeah. Nothing else I see here. Circle of Dreams Druid. It's kind of like the other lords, but it doesn't have the it's like Titania and whatnot, but it's not quite as good because it's one extra mana, or it doesn't also have the lord effect. Oracle Modiah is fun. I think Oracle Modiah is just good to have, even if I'm not going to play it. Alchemy version of Tyrakel. This has the word elf in the name. Elf. A Beast Whisperer is card draw. It's kind of a late for an elf deck, though. We already have one of him. We don't need another one. Taking a look to see if there's anything. This is a good for like big beater decks. I have a copy of Gwenna, Eyes Regaya in my Worm deck, or Commander deck, because she untaps when you cast a spell power 5 or greater, and then that deck is basically all that. Whenever she attacks against that touch, mill 2 cards once during each turn. You may play a land or cast a permanent spell amongst the graveyards that were put there from the library this turn. You have to build around that. Imperial is perfect. Yep. This just can attack through. So it's a 3/3 for 4, but when it attacks, you get plus X plus X for the X number of elves you control. I think I have other win cons, that I don't necessarily. And you can have it assign combat damage as though it weren't blocked. So it's kind of like super trample. I don't think I need it. Elvish Mystic, which is basically a land where elves. What else do we got here? There's another Thorn Lieutenant. I don't think we need more than one. I was would love to have more, what were they called? Elvish Warcaller? Was that right? This is a fun card. Not necessarily for this deck, but it is a good card. Yeah, the Elvish War Master. We want a bunch of them instead of the Dwinen's Elite. There definitely seems to be like rare cards that doesn't show up here very often. Priestess Titania. When this enters the battlefield, search for a basic land, put it on the battlefield tap. When it attacks, you may return a land you control to its owner hand. Okay. This multi-kicker one is kind of fun. We saw it in play. Let's get that one. It's 600 mana, or mana gold. Kind of expensive, but it is kind of a win con. This is fun because it's repeatable, and then the problem is it's 5 mana. By the time we have 5 mana, we don't want to put 1/1s into play. We want to be finding our win con, which would happen then like 2 turns after that with draw a card for each green creature control. I don't know. We're almost done rolling here. And then we'll edit our deck, and then we'll start our next quest. And I didn't even realize the time. Oh, man. Okay. Oracle Moldiah. We'll get a second one of those. Okay, we're going to cut here. Next episode, I'm going to make those changes and then start questing. Didn't realize we're approaching on 50 minutes. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.